So Jillian actually had two questions that were TV related. So one is about Wynonna Earp. Which season of Wynonna Earp is your favorite? Is the first one she asked. And then the second one said, you also got into a show called Teenage Bounty Hunters that got canceled after one season just today. So how do you feel about that? And then the first one, like I said, was what is your favorite season of Wynonna Earp without obviously spoiling anything?
My favorite season is definitely season 4. The whole fandom fought for so long to get this season because there was so much uncertainty after season 3, and billboards and protests and everything were set into place to get season 4. And it's just the acting range from the cast in season 4 that really makes it my favorite. They have played so many different roles, and it's incredible how they were able to do that. And the storyline is just unbelievable. It's like crazy to think that there are writers out there with such vivid and creative imagination.
Well, you have a creative imagination. Why don't you create a story and a book to write, and maybe they'll make a Netflix movie out of that, or a Netflix show out of that. I mean, maybe a tennis player that has superpowers. What do you think about that? With her racket, and she's got this Powerball, and all she's got to do is pull it out of her pocket. She hits it, and she kills people with it. I don't know. Hey, listen, there's a lot of things. If you have a good sense of humor and you have a good imagination, you could create anything. And you could see that with Bo. Bo said he created this years and years ago, writing comics and a different thing. And Wynonna Earp is, if you guys know who Wyatt Earp was her father, and I know Wyatt Earp because I'm a big country western movie buff, and I love Tombstone. That was one of my favorite movies with Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell. So it's something that really stands out to me. So I actually started watching the show because I love country western movies, but it's completely different. It's very different, but it's very unique. I got to give Bo a little bit of credit because it throws you off on really what country western is, and what the using magical powers and crazy things that happen in the movie or the TV show. It's really interesting.
Bo's an incredible writer.
I'm sorry?
Bo's definitely an incredible writer, and it's
Have you ever talked to him? Have you ever talked to him?
I did actually. In his interview that you guys had,
okay.
I tuned into the line and I talked to him for a little bit.
There you go. I didn't know that, so that's news to me. But Bo is a really down-to-earth guy. Bo's a big sports fan, too. And I'd love to get Bo back on the show again because I think he was really, really funny. He was great. He really gave us some good insight of his book and some of the sports and even some of you fans, because he knows that he wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for his fans.
Definitely.
So, as you guys know, we are talking to top-ranked Arkansas high school tennis player Khushi Patil.
By the way, Jillian said you have to answer the second question, too. What do you think about the Teenage Bounty Hunters getting canceled after 1 year?
Well, this show, during COVID, I got to discover some amazing shows that really, made me feel at home. And figuring out the cancellation, coming across it broke my heart, and it broke a lot of the fans' hearts, because there are a lot of TV shows that are home to many people, especially during this uncertain times, and we're deprived of social interaction. So the cancellation really hit near home to me and a bunch of fans, and we're fighting. We won't stop fighting for season 2, even if Netflix canceled it. So it's been painful, but we're perseverant, we're determined, and we won't give up.
Well, I don't know if they're going to cancel it. Bo, hopefully, he feels confident that they'll probably bring it back for another season, but we'll see, man. You never know, and it's all about how many fans are going to watch it, how many people are downloading it. That's anything that you do, even with music. When you post things up, music on Spotify or all that other stuff, they want to see how many downloads. So I think that with everything, there was a TV show that I was watching, an MMA show on Netflix. I watched the first 3 seasons in 3 days, and I'm crying for more, and they canceled the show. So it sucks. It really does, because you want to see what happens in the future, but you'll never know. You'll never know. So it sucks. It really does. That's why I don't like watching TV shows until they're completely off of TV. I didn't start watching The King of Queens until it was completely off of television. Now I watch it over and over and over again. So that's what I always do. But anyway,
You didn't have a choice back then, though. If you had to watch it if it was on. Now you have more of a choice.
Well, that's true. So you're 15 years old. So we're not going to ask you the silly questions like we ask some of the athletes that we ask. So I'm going to ask you a couple of silly questions. Are you ready to answer them?
Yep.
Okay.
I am.
All right. So you see this wonderful guy over here. If you had an opportunity to hit him with something, what would you hit him with? A tennis racket, a baseball bat, or a paddle? What would you like to hit him with?
A paddle, because that doesn't hurt as much as the others, and Speedy seems like a really great guy.
Oh my God! Look, Speedy, you got a fan already. I mean, I would rather use a tennis racket.
I'm surprised you didn't say her serve.
Well, I'm sure she can hit you on the fly with a serve.
Yeah, that won't be hard at all.
All right. So your second question is, if you were to choose one thing, one thing that you can do for the, I'm trying to think of the best way of putting this out there. If you were, I'm trying to pull it out. If you had the opportunity to do one thing as a professional athlete, what would it be, and how would you do it?
A professional athlete.
Athlete.
If I was a professional athlete, I would assume I had like a good amount of money, so I would definitely donate it to charities or like to the poor to help fund them, because everybody has dreams, and it hurts to know that there are kids out there or even adults who aren't able to pursue their dreams because of the lack of financial aid. So I would definitely donate to charities.
All right, your third question. Do you have a favorite cartoon growing up? And if you do, what would it be?
Favorite cartoon. I think SpongeBob. I really liked SpongeBob and Peppa Pig. Yeah.
I hated that show. I mean, I had to watch that with my nephew. How many times? I never understood a sponge on the bottom of the ocean. I mean, like, seriously. A sponge, and what's the other guy's name?
Patrick,
that's right. I mean, I know a lot of people think it's funny. It's still very popular. I mean, you have rappers making songs out of the SpongeBob beat and stuff like that. So obviously it's still very popular. I just never understood it.
I love SpongeBob.
All right.
It was funny.
All right, question number 4. If there was a movie star, a young movie star that your parents would let you date, who would it be and why?
I don't think my parents know a lot of young movie stars in America. So, I mean, I just have to pick some and probably, show them the actors, and then... Is there a particular
actor that you follow? You like a Zac Efron? Who do you like? Who do you, growing up, watching some of these kid movies and kid TV shows, is there any movie star or kid TV show star that really stands out that you would love to meet?
I mean, I like, Zac Efron, like you mentioned. Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland a lot. Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of others because they're a lot older, but Zac Efron and Tom Holland are the of them.
Mm-hmm. Your last question is, if you could choose one person in this world you can meet, sit down, eat dinner with, and have a conversation with, who would it be and why?
Well, it's going to sound really stereotypical, and a lot of my friends who are hopefully watching this will know Kat Burrell. She's in Winona Earp. She plays Nicole Hott, and she really, brought me out of the dark because I found the show when I really needed it, and it helped me see the positive side of things. And Kat has played a big role in my life. I talked to her over the summer during a convention, and it would be awesome to meet her in real life. So, yeah, Kat Burrell is my answer.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell the fans how they can find you on social media?
Well, I don't have Instagram, but you can follow me on Twitter at KhushiPO5, and my Snapchat, I can give it to you. It's K_Patil11.
Well, I would definitely love to get you on the show. Are you planning to compete in the future? I know you said with all the injuries that you've been going through, the professional end might never happen. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
What did you hurt on your body that really is affecting you?
Well, right now it's my forearm, but before I had severe wrist issues, it was on my dominant arm. I had 2 wrist surgeries. One was in October of 2017, which put me out for 10 months. And then the other one was in March of 2019, so recently, and that put me out for another 10 months. So I've been really struggling, and it's lowered my confidence and self-esteem, but I haven't lost my confidence yet. So I do plan on competing in the future in USTA tournaments, which is like the United States Tennis Association. They sponsor tournaments, and also, yeah, hopefully, like I mentioned before, my D1 dream. I'm still hoping that'll happen with everything going on.
It will happen. You put your mind to it, you can do anything that you put your mind to. So I believe that you can do it. Just keep confident, keep your head in the game, keep your head forward. Don't ever look backwards. That's what I could say. You know. I mean, if you look forward, you have to look at this guy, and if you have to look at this guy, I'd run. I have to run. Look at that. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, you smack him around.
Why are you still here?
I don't know. I'm doing a radio show with you. That's why I'm still here.
Well, apparently you want to run, so.
Well, I do. And after the show, I probably will run outside.
Okay.
Khushi, thank you for joining us. You're great. We'll get you on in the very near future when you get healthy and everything like that. And I believe that somebody will bring you in for Division I. I do. I mean, I read a little bit about you. Jillian was telling me that you're top of your class in Arkansas high school. So I listen. Anything is possible. If you want to play pro tennis, you could do that too. I've heard a lot of crazy stories, and people have done it. There's a guy in the NFL right now that is playing with one hand. One hand.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yes. So if there and he benched, I think 25 reps of 225 pounds with one hand. So
and there was a Yankees pitcher who threw a no-hitter.
No-hitter, yes. Jim Abbott, with no hand. To me, you could do anything you put your mind to. So if anybody tells you can't do something, you could tell them all those guys. There are tons and tons of athletes. There was an Olympic runner that won a gold medal with no legs. Okay, so anything is possible. You just put your mind to, you work hard, and you believe in yourself. You can do it. So I believe in you, and I think you're going to achieve all the goals that you want.
Thank you so much, Errol and Speedy. Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
Absolutely, and we'll get you on again. Jillian loves you, and Jillian speaks very highly of you. So we're happy to have you. We're very excited to have you, and we're going to have you on again. And maybe we'll surprise you the next time you have on with somebody special on the show with us.
Wow, now I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Khushi, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Errol. Thank you so much, Speedy.